Hi, this is David Salee, and when the video of Simon Lizotte and I playing came out, one stat on my profile received particular interest. My longest drive being over a mile in length. I get this question a lot, and now I'll detail exactly how this happened. The simple answer is boredom, mostly, but the story behind it also is what led me to eventually become an internal beta tester. Way back in the day, there was a time when the game wasn't being worked on all that much. There weren't new courses or areas to explore, so it was up to the players to come up with new things to do. Since the longest drive was tracked, it was a great stat to try and push the limits of the game. Before we explore the evolution, we should look at the three different types of drives. There are organic, artificial, and exploitative. Organic is just a regular drive off the tee pad. Artificial is a drive that is moved around to an optimal location before being launched. And exploitative, well, that's taking advantage of all exploits in the game to push the stat even more. At first, people were striving to just break 1,000 feet. There was a clear candidate that came to mind for doing this, and that is Crow's Nest, hole number 5, the big square. The overall length and the generous altitude was ideal for getting long drives. The basic idea was to throw from one corner of the map to the other. It wasn't long after success there that people realized they could stretch out their drive a bit by actually throwing backwards first. If you rotate 180 degrees, you will see that there is extra space behind the tee pad. Putting there means that you can eke out just a touch more distance. Thus, artificial was born. Wasn't too long after that even more distances were reported. There was another hole that emerged as the place to go for longest drives, and that turned out to be Oak Hill number 7, the long forehand Mando. Only a bit longer than Big Square from the tee pad, the hole did have one huge advantage. The amount of space behind the tee pad was ginormous. You just spin around, throw hard, hit to the OB, and you're at the max distance. Or are you? This led to the discovery of a very interesting exploit. Turns out that if you throw OB, get moved to the OB line, and then again throw OB further back, the game will actually register this as a good throw. So, you can march yourself directly to the very edge of the map, thus maximizing your overall distance. If you go too far, you'll hit the very edge and be trapped. From there, you can try and slowly advance your way back. I found that putting actually gave me a better return distance than a regular throw. So one day I got stuck and I tried putting my way back. A very strange thing happened. The disc tumbled into the vast green underbelly of the valley. When I looked at the dot on the map, the disc danced around and then eventually hit the edge of the map and stopped. The resulting distance was way more than anything I had ever seen before. Playing around with it some more, I was able to push past the mile distance. I learned that there were rules to it. If you throw from an OB area and the disc lands inbounds, the throw will be considered good. If you throw from an OB area and the disc crosses inbounds and then goes back OB, the throw will be considered OB and will not count. However, if you throw from out of bounds and the disc never crosses inbounds, so you stay out of bounds the entire time, again, the throw will be counted as good. This led me on a quest to find the largest OB area in the game, so the disc had the most time to dance randomly on the screen. My eventual distance was done on harrowing number 9. Just check out all that OB area. You'll notice that the trees are upside down. That's because I combined inversions with the tumble throw to get my final distance. What are inversions? Well, that's a story for another time. I also stopped after exceeding the mile mark because at the time there were a lot of professional disc golfers that were doing the mile challenge, and I thought doing it in one throw would make an entertaining meme. The exploit was passed on to the developer and has since been patched. This kind of testing the game is what eventually brought me into the internal beta test team, something that I enjoy quite a bit. There is a way to experience the same sort of exploit in the current version. Just make use of the test drive feature, and instead of throwing straight down the fairway, turn 90 degrees and throw as far as you can to make sure that it clears the hills and, again, reaches that vast underbelly of the valley. From there, you will tumble into what appears to be an endless pit and get a ridiculously long drive. Sadly, because you are in the driving range, it's not going to count for your overall stats. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this Disc Golf Valley confessional. And I hope it also explains how the mile-long drive was done. Until next time, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch you later. Oh look, a 14,413 foot drive. Nice.